So I said that in this session, I'm gonna show you guys one or two things about the key level reclaim that I was talking about and that I've been talking about. So there's actually a way that I trade this thing, right? There's actually a way that I trade this thing. Let me share my screen and then share the whiteboard for us to see. So sharing my screen now, and then excuse me. Activities, whiteboard. Start a new whiteboard. Okay, okay. All right. Think someone wanted to join this session. Abi? Okay, so let's wait for it to load. Then we okay. So this particular thing we are going to talk about now, you can call it the key level reclaim and you can call it the key level retest. Now, first of all, I want to tell you guys, if you're on this session, you're actually lucky because this is what I intended to teach my private student. But since I use it a lot and people ask me questions based on it, right? People ask me questions based on it. I have decided to throw a little light, a little bit of light on it. So uh, 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 admit. So, first of all, what is a key level? Right? Who can tell me what a key level is? Anybody? Can you guys still hear me? All right. If you can hear me, can you quickly tell me what a key level is? But if you can't, just tell me you don't know what it is. Let me move on. Right? Uh, I need this session to be quick. I don't want us to waste time on anything. I don't want us to waste time on anything, right? So let me quickly get to it. So the key level is a particular area. You can call it an area of support, an area of resistance, an area of touches, a reversal area. But it is a particular area in price where price has touched multiple times and did what? Reversed. So that is a key level, right? So a key level is an area in the market or on the chart whereby you look at and understand that this area is a point of interest, right? But then it is not a fresh point of interest. It is a point of interest where price has already been turning from in the past. You get? So if we have a line like this now, right? And price does what? Moves to the high, reverses from here. Or let me call it a zone now. Price does what again? Moves to this zone, reverse. Does what again? Moves to this zone, reverse. This zone has automatically become what? Your resistance or your key level, right? Now, what I call the key level reclaim or the QMR, the Quasimodo reversal, or the break-in, breakouts, break and retest, or failed order block, or whatsoever is, let me explain this thing to you now. Let me clean this thing and explain it to you. what I call the key level reclaim is when price does what? Takes an external liquidity. Now, I've explained to you guys what an external liquidity is, but in short term, I'm going to tell you guys an external liquidity is any liquidity outside structure. An internal liquidity is a liquidity point within the structure. Now you have the structure A, B, C. This is your complete range. An internal liquidity is any liquidity between this range, and an external liquidity are liquidity points outside what? Structure. Now, these are your external liquidities, right? And your other external liquidities can be what? Your Asian high, your Asian low, your what? Previous daily high, previous daily low, previous week high, previous week low, right? Those are your external liquidities and your hidden liquidity points. So, what we want to look at now is to see price do what? Take out an external liquidity, right? Now, this external liquidity may be a key level to other price action in the past, something like this. Now, take out this external liquidity, break back in. Now, what is happening now is that this breakout and breaking is a liquidity sweep. If you check on the line charts, you are not going to see this guy here. You are not going to see this break. What you'll be seeing on the line chart will be something like this. Will be something like this. Uh, like this. This is what you're going to be seeing on the line chart. But on the candlestick chart, you are going to see a wick out to this point and what? A break back in. And now, this break back in, what they really need to do is, since they've manipulated these lows, right? And okay, people will look at this as break and retest, and people will want to short this, right? Since they've manipulated the buyers here with their stop loss below here, what are they going to do? They are going to do what? Sell a little bit because of the people selling, and do what? Manipulate them to continue. I know at times you must have seen this pattern on the chart where price gives something like some highs, takes out the high, comes back in, retests, and does what? Drop. This happens. Euro USD on GBP USD, the reclaim usually happens when price takes out external liquidity. On Euro USD, the reclaim usually happens when price takes out Asian high or low. You see price doing what? Ranging in this Asian area, and then takes out Asian low, breaks back in, uses this low that it takes as a key level to continue to the upside, right? So I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about here. Does anybody understand? Okay, you get what I'm talking about now. That is why at times you see people, they will draw something like you have something like this, and price takes out this high now and drops, right? And drops like this now. But instead of taking this point as what? Your POI to move, you do what? You take what? This left shoulder as your key level, so that when price does what? Comes back to take out this left shoulder liquidity, right? Once price comes out to take out this liquidity, is going to drop. Regardless, it might just come back, fill this guy, and drop without even getting to this extreme. That is why you see people doing something like that. You'll be wondering, why? How is this guy trading, marking from the left-hand side, right? Mark something like this, and then price will come back, take this guy, right? Break back in. Mind you, this low must go. This low must go. If it's something like this, if it does something like this and start coming back, this high is less likely to hold. It's going to break it. Right? So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that This I'm dishing out too much value on this session. What is it? Oh, why am I doing this? Eh? I've actually put out more than I really want to put out. But then let me just do it for the community. So if you have somebody sent a text. Okay. Who is not yes? Who? Who is that? Check. Alright. So what are we talking about? We're talking about what again, sir? The highs, the low. So I was telling you guys that if you have this high, low, high, sorry, low, high, low, and you have this high here, and price does what? Comes to take out this high. You know that taking out this high now, this low is the target, the external liquidity target now, and price does this now and start going down. Okay, you be like, sharp, I want to take this guy from here, right? Because price is going to give you an internal liquidity, oh, mind you. So when price does what? Takes this internal liquidity, you now be like, yeah, I want to take this guy, right? It may not even tap into this POI. It may just take this internal liquidity, move down, reclaim it, and drop. At times, it will not do this thing. It will move down, give another A, B, C, come back, take B leg, and do what? And drop. You get it? So at times it might see. And another thing you should be wary of while trading this protected high is let me give you guys a little secret. I don't think I'm going to post this thing on YouTube. So when you have a low, high, low, and price takes this high, and okay, you missed because once price takes the external liquidity, you want to trade from the nearest POI. If you are not trading from the nearest POI, then you might be trading from the FVG. But then if you are going to trade from the FVG, if you cannot trade direct, because if you trade direct, you won't have any place to you won't have any particular logical point to place your stop loss, and your RR will be low. You can wait for reaction, right? You can wait for something like this. Price do something like this now. Take this high and drop. And you can even still wait for price to come back here to enter again, right? So this is how simple it sounds, but it's not easy when you're on the chart actually. So and this guy, but what I personally like doing is if this guy comes back, breaks back in here, mind you, before let me even show you guys something now. Let me show you guys something. Before price takes this high, hmm? Before price, it shows no be can use it. No be okay. Excuse me. Oh. So what was I saying? Before price takes out this guy, takes out this supply zone here because this is a supply. Now, before price takes out this supply zone now, hmm, there must be a reaction. I'm actually distracted. There must be a reaction, like a reaction like this before price takes out this guy. Now, this guy is the flip zone, right? The swap zone, the flip zone, the area of transgression, the violation block, whatever you want to call it, because this is an order block. Now, people will be expecting price to do this, right? To continue or give a POI to continue, right? But price can do this, break back in. Now, I will only be trading this particular thing that I want to show you guys. If price can break back in, now this flip zone has failed. I will know that there is no other thing here. There is no other thing here that wants to hold my price to continue upward, right? So another thing to consider is price should not do what? Price should not reach premium and discount level, right? Now you have your what? Your high, your low, your 50% here. As long as price, everything is still playing what? In the premium level. This low fails, price starts doing what? Start coming back. Once it start coming back, you see trading from this high right here, this key level here, with my SL above here and my TP below here, I'm taking this trade. There's nothing you can tell me. This is a very high probability setup. This particular thing. Price does what? Breaks out, breaks back in, reclaims. He's going. He's gone. He's not going to come back at all. Right? So all these things are probability and all these things are probability and stuff. So you might actually hit SL on the first trade, smash the second trade, third trade, hit SL on the fourth trade. So the outcome of the trade is random. But is it profitable? It is. There is nothing anybody can tell me. In fact, let me show you guys something here. Let's go to the chart. I've done diagram too much. Let's get to the chart. Let me show you guys something here. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me tell you something. All right. So are you guys still here? Abi, am I talking to myself? Okay. Okay. Now let me show you guys something now. You see here, even though this market from here to here is a downtrend, let me show you. From this high to this low is a downtrend. Now, can you see what price did? This here is your what? Asian low, as I told you on Euro USD. Price did what? Swept the Asian low, came back, reclaimed the Asian low, and did what? If you targeted these highs, there is no way you are not going to smash TP. You get my point? Let me show you. So this is an added confluence to what you are going to be doing. No, it's not like the whole holy grail. It's just like part of what I do. You get? It's not every, but it's part of what I do. You get the point? You see, if you reclaimed this guy to take this guy, right? You see that another thing here again. Once price did what? Took this guy right here. It came back in, reclaimed, and dropped. Now let me show you another thing now. You see, price did what? Took Asian low here, came back and reclaimed it. Right? So you might be, let me frame a setup here. Let me show you how to frame a setup. Let me show you how to frame a setup with this. Let's say price was still here. Now, mind you, I told you guys I was quite busy this period. So I was taking cells from here. Cells are activated here and it went down, came up and took me out. Had it been anybody listening to that guy on X that usually says don't go BE, don't go BE. Now I say for just chop. So you see this low was taken, right? And this high again was taken. And price did what? Let me remove this stuff so you guys will see. And price did what? Came back to sweep the low. Which one is verifying Google updates? I no ask you to verify any update, oh, because no give me any updates. Go your way. You said we swept this low, right? So swept this low, went ahead to take out these two structures. Now, if you mark out this guy, and from here now, let me justify why price went up. Number one, price was coming from a POI. Price was coming from a POI after taking inducement liquidity. Now we know that it was supposed to go up, because if price takes inducement liquidity, what are we expecting? Buys. All right. So now let's see if he's going to reclaim this guy, this low that it took. You see that it took the low. See how it swept the low. Let me go to a lower, and even lower time frame. Let me go to 3 minutes, because people say that you cannot trade the lower time frame. They are crazy. They are crazy. What do they mean by you cannot trade the lower time frame? They're crazy. So let's watch this market now and what it's doing. This one may come to hit your SL, right? It may not. You get? So can you see that it came and reclaimed this zone that is swept, took out this external liquidity, broke back in, came and reclaimed it. Do you get the point now? Came and reclaimed the zone before going up. Now, taking this guy to move higher, it swept it. It did not break it. This was a sweep. For this reclaim to happen, it was a manipulation, right? So this high was supposed to do what? Was supposed to go. And again, these are consecutive highs, right? So this, I was not even with my PC, so I was not looking at this analysis well, even though it played out a bit before moving against me. Now I'm looking at everything, and I'm understanding why it happened, right? Can you see how, first of all, it reclaimed here and came to reclaim it again? You see how the breakout happened? Breakout, break back in, did what? A, B, C. Swept the B leg, came back down, and used the B leg as a protected high to drop. Was this not what happened? And even after it's this thing is too rampant in this market. It's everywhere. You just have to understand the direction and then trade with it. Now, when this ABC happened, I knew this thing was going to sell, right? Even my guy Sammy was on these sells from here, right? So this sell broke back in, gave inducement liquidity here. This was the inducement liquidity that it gave, and then broke structure below. Can you see what happened? Broke structure below. Now that it broke structure below, it came back, reclaimed that structure, and went up again to take this guy. Now, mind you that when it swept this guy and came back, it reclaimed it. Oh, you get? It reclaimed it, but it did not fill this other block here. It did not fill this other block here, thereby leaving what? This high as what? A structural liquidity, and which was like an inducement for the POI, right? An inducement for this POI. And then price did what? Dropped. Can you see how price moved? And then when price dropped, now have you seen how many entries you could have caught? You could have caught an entry here, you could have caught an entry here, which would have taken you out at break even, and you could have caught another entry here, right? So when price went down, came back up, entered into the POI, okay, entered into, came and reclaimed, you will know that, okay, we are now doing what? We are now going up, right? Are you guys hearing me? Abi, am I talking to myself? Okay. So when price swept this low now and came back and reclaimed it and started going up, eh? What are we seeing again now? Price took out this high, this external high now. And another thing it was supposed to reclaim is what? The Asian low. The Asian low. Because the Asian low is what it took as liquidity. This Asian low liquidity hasn't been done justice to now. Abi? Now. So we guys watch am. Let's understand what price is gonna do. Do you see what happened here? Price came back, just reclaimed the guy. Reclaimed the guy, went up, used this as liquidity, and then went higher. You get the point now, right? So, what else are we looking at? Came back, took out this guy, came back, reclaimed it, and dropped. Have you seen it? Hey, come on, man. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy as hell. Crazy, 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 crazy things. Crazy things happening. Even when price took this low, it still reclaimed. When price took this low here, let me show you. Let me show you guys something. When price came, because this is a key level, this low, price swept it and came back, right? Now, price sweeping this low and coming back, can you see that it reclaimed it here? Can you see? So even if you did not take it from here, you can wait. Even if, oh, you're looking at price just did what? Took it out, came back in. You'll be like, that's nice, that's good. You take the reclaim with your SL below here, right? And your TP where? At the external, because you're targeting external. This is external to external. Now, where is your external liquidity? The external liquidity is this point here. This is your external liquidity. Facts. Have you seen how we walked through this analysis from just this POI? Now, there are many ways to kill a rat. I'll always say this. The first way. Now, another reason, another confluence I would add for taking this buy would be like another key level, but using trend line. But that's just another topic for another day, right? So, which I'm not going to ever discuss. So, uh, you get the point now. So, yeah, guys, that's just it. That's just it. I just explained everything to you guys in a nutshell, right? So, if this guy was to come back in and then take out this low, I will expect what? A reclaim. But it did not happen. So, the high continued, right? That is it. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? I don't think you guys have questions. I've answered your questions. Right? Can you even hear me? So no questions, right, Stephen? No, you sabi, you sabi wetin you dey do now, so no be, you sabi wetin you dey do already. You dey profitable pass me, so no be.
Hey, listen.
Na me suppose, I suppose refund you your mentorship money make I know wetin you sabi, make you teach me. I go refund you, you go teach me. All right, guys. So have a nice Sunday. I think we're still going to have the outlook session tonight. But then, if I'm going to be strong enough to do that, I will. If I'm not strong enough, on to the next, cause I feel sick, and but that's my problem, not yours. So have a nice Sunday, and I hope you guys have a very beautiful trading week. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.